kill. There's that camper. Hostile down.
Hey everyone, my name is Stevio, and today I have a video that I think will be very helpful and useful for all of you who tune in to watch. I thought that opening clip you just saw was awesome because my specialist Outrider, she actually literally said, "Killed that camper." So that's exactly what we're going to be talking about today, is how to kill campers, how to deal with them, how to be patient enough to deal with them, and also the kind of setup you should use so that you can deal with them appropriately. I've heard a lot of talk about how people are getting really frustrated with the head glitches in this game and how many people just camp, and I thought I'd try and fix that and, show people there is a way to beat these people and still to have fun. I know playing solo against a big party on an enemy team can be really tough to deal with, but I did it this match. I did have help from one teammate who did really well with me, but I just want you to know you can do it. Don't just back out because there's a big party on the other team. I coincidentally was playing on the map Metro, which I've heard is a lot of people's least favorite map in Black Ops 3, and I can kind of understand why, especially after playing this match. But again, you can beat people on this map even if they do camp hard. I was playing against a 4-man camping clan that had the clan tag FAQU, and I'm sure a lot of you can figure out exactly what they're trying to say with that, but I think throughout this match I gave them a little taste of their own clan tag. Now the first thing I want to say, if you didn't notice in the beginning of this match, you may have in some of my previous gameplays, but I start matches out kind of slowly and play a little conservatively. I like to kind of get a feel for how the enemy team's playing just so I know what to expect throughout the match. In this match, it didn't take me very long to figure out what the enemy team was trying to do. They were very clearly just going to continue to go back to the same spot and just sit there and aim down their sights and just keep trying to kill people, but we got the better of them on my team. And honestly, most of the time you should do better than the campers because you know exactly where they are and you should just be patient and figure out a way to beat them. There's no reason that they should beat you because they're simply in a disadvantage. They're sitting there and they have way less maneuverability than you. I think one of the most important parts of playing against campers is simply just to be patient. I know I've said it a few times already, but I really do want to stress that being patient is really important. Trust me, I know how easy it is to just get really frustrated and really angry right away and just keep on running right at them and they'll just keep killing you over and over and you just don't care. You just keep on doing it because you're so mad. The thing is, that's exactly what they want you to do and that's why you can't do it. And you should not just back out either because that makes them happy too. They'll be like, aha, they left. So before anything else, you just need to really just stress to yourself, alright, if I'm patient, I can do this. Now before I even get into any gameplay strategies, I think another really important part of just being able to beat campers is to have a good setup. Lucky for me, the class that I spawned into this match with was actually a really good class for this game, and especially with all the camping that was going on. I was using the VMP submachine gun, which is another weapon that I have the rare violet camo for, but I really like this weapon for these kind of situations because it has a longer magazine, and usually, especially when there's a bunch of campers in the same area, you do need a big magazine. So I definitely recommend weapons with a big magazine like the VMP, the Weevil, and honestly I think your best bet would be an assault rifle with extended mags. I wasn't using it in this match, but I think the suppressor can actually be good too, because when you actually shoot at them and they don't even know it hit them, or if you kill one of them but then you have to reload or you just don't have a shot on the other one, that guy won't know where you are exactly, and that's definitely really helpful. There are a few really good perks to use in situations like these. The first one, and it's one that I've talked about in a lot of previous videos that I really like, is Sixth Sense. I'm sure you've noticed it a few times in this match. When I'm up against a wall where the other enemies are, or if someone's running by me and I didn't even see them, it shows you on your minimap. It makes a little beeping sound so you know exactly where they are when they're really close to you. And this can be really helpful to make sure that you know where a camper is. Another perk that I don't really ever use, but I think it could be helpful for things like this, is Tracker. Just being able to see their footsteps, so if they're just going to their camping spot, then you'll know exactly where they are, or if they try and come out of it, check real quick, go back in, and then you come around the corner. That can be helpful. It's not as helpful as Sixth Sense, but it definitely can be useful. Another pretty obvious one would be Ghost, because if the enemy team is camping, they are most likely going to be using UAVs so they know exactly where everyone is, if someone's trying to flank them and all those kinds of things. So it's definitely good to have Ghost. I think the absolute most important perk to use when you're playing against campers is hardwired, because pretty much everyone that's going to be camping is using trip mines, shock charges, and things like that. If you have a hardwired on, you can run right by those, they won't trigger at all, and they'll have no idea what hit them when you run right by those things and shoot them in the back. I've done this countless times and it's extremely effective. The two main things you have to really watch for that hardwire does not protect you from are the Guardian score streak and also the specialist weapon Hive from Nomad. The enemy team that I was playing against in this match literally had every single one of these weapons that they could possibly use to camp with, and it was really annoying. As you'll see in this match, the best way to deal with those is to have grenades. I was using concussion and frag grenades, and the concussion and the frag grenade really worked well to destroy the hives and let me know if anything else was in there. As long as you follow this basic setup along with using the specialist Outrider, since she has the vision pulse ability, which pretty much tells you exactly where people are and highlights them like a threat detection grenade from Advanced Warfare, you should be able to fare pretty well against these campers that we're going to be finding in Black Ops 3. But the class setup is nothing without the proper gameplay strategies to go along with it. One thing that can definitely be helpful, and this might go back to your class a little bit, you should put on a launcher so that you can shoot down the enemy UAVs and counter UAVs. It'll help your team out a little bit and also hurt them because they won't know exactly where you're coming from all the time. Also, run UAV and counter UAV yourself. You'll be able to know where they are, your teammates will know where they are, and also they won't be able to see their radar even if they do have a UAV and you can't shoot their things down. This will also help you earn your score streaks. At the end of this match I ended up earning a Talon. It was a little bit later than I would have liked, but it definitely can help your team win if you get that Talon or the Cerberus or some other really good score streak just to get them out of their camping spots. Another thing you really want to try to do is use the most unexpected, unpredictable flank routes that you can. Things that the enemies would least expect. A good example you can take away from this match on Metro, if you didn't notice, I used the water a lot to flank around the enemies, to avoid gunfights that I didn't like, and just to do different things like that. Not only do I just really like using the swimming mechanics in Black Ops 3 just because it's really fun, but it's also extremely effective and you can use it for so many different situations. When you're playing against a big clan of campers, you can never be too cautious. If you're trying to go in one door and you're just not feeling safe going that way, just throw a stun grenade or a frag grenade and then just run around to the other side and try and find another way in. It's all about being patient and finding the best approach and the best way in to deal with the guy that you know where he's sitting in the corner. Another good strategy, and this probably works best without a suppressor just because this way the enemies know where you just shot from. If you kill someone, you don't want to sit there and expect another guy to come to you. You want to shoot him and then you want to get out of there and go somewhere completely different so that they think you're still there, but you're actually somewhere else. It can really fool the enemies. The final strategy I have, and this is maybe if you're not as confident as I am and think that you just won't be able to pull off some of these moves against the campers, if you want to just have fun, you can just try to find spots to counter these people that are camping. If they're visible somehow, if they're not just completely camping in a corner, you can usually find these really cool spots where they won't even be able to see you, but you'll be able to take them out from a distance. This can be really effective because either A, you'll get in their head, or B, you'll just completely piss them off and annoy them, and they'll be like, where the hell do I keep dying from? Sometimes if you don't think you can beat them, just join them. Something else you can do, and this is something that can be hard to do because spawn switch and all kinds of things like that, but if you get them out of their camping spot, the best thing is to try to keep them out of it because they're going to start panicking, they're just going to want to get right back to their camping spot, but then you can just keep spawn killing them and really aggravating them, and sometimes eventually they'll just leave the match, and that's just really funny. Some people just literally suck and just cannot get a kill and can't do good unless they're literally camping in this one spot that they just love to be at. The final thing I want to say to you today, you will never always win against campers. You will not always beat them. Some of them are just so advanced and so ahead of all of us that we're never going to be able to beat them. But the point of today's video was to show you that you can, because I hear so many people complain about it and they just say that they can't deal with it. Well, that's because you're not trying hard enough. You're not giving it a chance. You're not really putting effort into it. You're just being impatient. You're running out there over and over and dying by them, and it never helps you and it never gets you anywhere. You just have to play smart, play strategically, and also team communication and working together is really effective as well. I didn't have the luxury of having a good teammate with me this match that I was actually communicating with, but I was still able to win the match playing solo. But that's about all for today. Be sure to comment and leave me some other ideas, some other gameplay strategies that you have that you use against campers that can help out that I might have not covered here today. I really hope you enjoyed this gameplay, and I really also hope that you learned something that you can use and that's very helpful for you in matches, especially especially when you play against campers like these ones. Be sure to drop a like and also hit that subscribe button. I'm almost at 50 subscribers, which is the first big milestone for me, and it would make me really happy if I got to 50 after this video. Be sure to share this with your friends so we can get this around. We can eliminate more and more campers as we go along, and even if people do camp, at least we can piss them off, make them leave matches, and all kinds of things like that. It's just great to see how you can beat campers. I also want to apologize to anyone who wishes I could get more videos up more often. I really wish I could as well, and I try my best to, but with work and everything, it's getting really tough to do it. I try my best to get at least one up a week for sure, but I would really love to get 2 or 3 up a week. That would really be great. But we'll see what happens as time goes on. I just take it day by day. I'll talk to you all again very soon. Stevio out.